Aries, welcome to your Astroflower reading going from the 12th through to the 18th of December. We're coming up to your autumn period, but you're still in your summer, so things will be really rocking. Lots of projects coming together, I would have thought, for you. It should be. And anyhow, if it's not, this is the time to make hay and make fun. Enjoy your life. Really push the boundaries, I think. Let's just see what's going straight on with the overall energy for you this week. It's basking in your work, basking in the sunshine, basking in your hard work that you've done at the moment. So it's giving you a breather this week, but yeah, it's the end of difficult times, basically. If you've been really under the cosh over the last, if you've been really busy, which can be really good, and if you've been having difficult times, it's difficult to try and get on with your relationships, your financial, your business or your job. I think this is here is where it's sort of saying it's coming to the end. It's coming to the end as well of just running yourself ragged. You've been very, very busy over the last sort of like 3 or 4 weeks, I think, Aries. And this is the overall energy here is sort of saying it's finished those difficult times. You've done the work. Now is the time to start basking in your sunshine, in the reverence of your excellent and your brilliant work that you've done, regardless of whether it's financial or relationship side. Let's just see what's on the karmic messages for you this week. There's a lot of cuddling going on, a lot of group hugs as well. I'd say hugs more than cuddling, really. It's reuniting. It's like as I say, if you've been under the cosh, if life has been difficult for you, it's almost as if like you're coming back to harmonious shores. This is it. It's getting back to a state where you're actually you're really happy and at one with your relationships that are around you. I think you've been really busy and maybe not had the time over the past sort of like 2 or 3 weeks to just get back into being a bit more constant within your life, getting into a bit more sort of routine and that sort of thing in regards to your relationships. Let's just see how the universe is trying to influence this. For you, the well is abundant. There is a lot of emotions here. There's a lot of fresh water. There's a refreshing vibration around you. It's as if you've let go of something. And that's possibly what that Ten of Swords is all about. You've let go of something and you're going through a portal into a new dimension. And this is part of this new dimension that I've been talking about on Cymatic TV as well, that we've walked into now. And it just seems to be, you have a resource, a huge resource of emotions that are running through you at the moment. Really nice, really, really beautiful sort of thing. Let's just see how the guides are trying to influence this karmic message. Forgiving yourself for past mistakes. And it may even be past mistakes of other people. There is obviously some sort of new opportunity of love coming in for you by the looks of things. Or it could just be the renewal of old love. That you're with someone and it is walking away from those complicated sort of situation. And here, I think the guides here is just sort of saying, that new, I think you are going to be offering love. Maybe you're giving yourself space and time, I think, to explore the avenues of deep relationships with other people. That's what you guys sort of seeing here. There's no choices to be made here, and I think this is what the guides are sort of saying here. There's no choices. Your cup is overflowing. Look at that 7 of cups there. There's loads of other cups that you could choose, but in reality, there is only one evident cup that is in front of you. And that's providing all that beautiful water there. I said, you know, your well is overflowing here with emotions. It's a very an emotional time for you, harmonious emotional time, I think, as it's there's a lot of realizations and getting into deep, you know, deeply into your emotions and your relationships that are around you. It's going to be really beautiful, very big. You know, there's reunification of, as I said, forgiveness, not just of yourself, but of people around you. It's really nice. Let's just see how the guides are trying to influence this conversation that is within you. These are the ones that are saying don't look to the past, go towards the future. You can't forget things that happened in the past. No one can. But at the same time, I'm not asking you to forgive anyone either, because I don't think we can actually forgive anyone. Because to forgive someone, you have to judge them. And you are not, no one is no one else's judge in a way. And I think it's just a case of sort of saying, it is what it was. You know, and it's now time to move on and go to higher, you know, better climbs. I think this is a real healing moment. And maybe you are stepping into that role of being that healer within relationships around you. It's coming back to being that pillar of that family, pillar of those friends, of being that reliable one and stuff like that. It seems to be all coming back to that sort of situation where Aries can be relied on. That Aries is that solid rock. That Aries is that leader in a way of just moral guidance, in a way of just being morally correct, and that's the way it is. And you know, I think this is beautiful. It's really nice within your relationships. There's going to be a lot of forgiveness, you know, of any past trespasses and stuff like that. And I think you're going to be in a position where you're going to feel really happy and enthusiastic about the future. Let's just see what the karmic message is for your financial sort of side. It seems to be money just dropping, as if it's like the payout on a fruit machine, you know, on the slot machines, on the bandit. You seem to be getting in, you know, maybe it's a good time to play the lottery. Yeah, you know, you've accumulated a lot of, I think, because you work hard. You're one of those people, you know, you're one of those signs, the real workers. And you've accumulated a lot over the past. And you're coming to the end of that journey. You got the 10 of Wands, you got the 10 of Swords here. I wouldn't be surprised if the 10 of Cups doesn't come somewhere out up here as well. You know, and why not the 10 of Pentacles as well? But it's everything seems to be coming to fruition here. You've built up a lot of reserve, and you have that weight now with you, which can be used in your job, in your career path, in your business, any sort of direction. You've accumulated a lot of wealth within you. Let's just see what the how the universe is trying to guide this. Now is the time to cash in certain aspects. Now is the time to call in those favors that you've been asking people in order to progress and to cement your career path or your business or your projects and stuff like that. I think this is where it's a bit of a leap of faith, because you don't like asking other people for favors and stuff like that. Not really your sort of thing. You prefer to do it off your own back, ideally, or simply just, you know, employ someone to do it. But asking for favors is not your sort of thing. But I think it's more of a case of just almost sort of saying, recognizing the work that you've done. I think that's what you've got to do, and I think people should be able to recognize that. And it's going to take you, in the leap of faith, is you taking on that persona of sitting there within your job, sort of saying, I deserve this promotion because of all the work I've done. And it's going to take a little bit of a leap of faith, because you don't like pushing your own self, and I think you should do this week. I think that's what it's all about. And that leap of faith is that faith in what you've done, what the work you've done in the past that's going to pay off in the future. Let's just see how the guides are trying to influence this karmic message. Is no longer taking from Peter to pay Paul. Well, there's something about Paul, so if your name is Paul, this could have something to do with you. But the guides here is sort of kind of saying the buck stops here. You know, I'm collecting in the debts. It's calling in your debts. It's calling in your what people owe you from outside. That's what that favor could be all about. Yeah, I think it's all about you. I think you've got to start thinking about yourself. You know, it's not necessarily selfish, and I'm not asking you to walk on other people, but I do think there's a case here for you to sort of kind of saying, you know, I've come to the end of this cycle and I'm moving on, and I want, you know, I deserve extra. I deserve this. I deserve that. I've put in the time and effort. You know, let's just see how the guys are trying to influence this. How the guys are trying to influence this conversation that is within you. So this is on the subconscious level. It's to do with your finances. They're going to tell you when to chirp up. So if you're in like in your company, or you're working, you're in your job, and you're going into a meeting and stuff like that, and kind of going, I've already done that. I've done this, and stand up and be counted. Basically, that's and they're gonna signal it to you, sort of saying, I should say something, and you say it. Just, you know, I would follow that, because you're going to be manifesting. Obviously, with that magician, you're going to be manifesting your rewards that you have put in the effort to receive. It's payback time, and now you can start manifesting a really good future for you. Let's just see what the overall outcome is for you. Security, confidence, position, respect, and good respect in a really good way. You sort of kind of go, well done, Aries, fair play to you. You know, there's a lot of respect going on there. There is no doubt about it for you. It's a rite of passage. You have that rite of passage, and I would take it. The end of the week, sort of, you know, going from one state to another. And as I say, you're moving from your summer into your autumn by the end of, you know, December. So this is your rite of passage. You've done the work. You've put the work in, and that's the same thing with your relationships. And I think this is coming to a head within your relationship side this week. I think you're going to realise a lot of things of how good you are and how lovely you are as a person. And the beauty that you've put into relationships with other people. I think it's going to make you feel very secure and humbled, and getting rid of bad ideas that you might have had about, you know, it could be family, friends, community and stuff like that. But there's a definite transition going from one stage to another. And this week here is that transitional sort of thing. Sometimes you need to provoke it, which is on that side there, mainly on the business side. But on the relationship side, I think it's just allow it to happen, basically. So there's loads going on this channel over the Christmas period. It is going to be mind-blowing, to say the least, if not the most. It's going to be brilliant. So you're going to want to subscribe and click that bell, because you're really going to want to be involved in what's going in from Christmas onwards. And I do thank you for your support for this channel. It's been absolutely brilliant. In the meantime, Aries, until I see you for the collective reading on Sunday, or in your individual reading for the year 2023 on Monday, don't forget, life should be fun, so please do enjoy.